Okay, Simon, we're going to talk about sex, the taboos and myths around it. A little intro of yourself. Your name is Simon, your
Correct.
age, married,
Yep.
occupation. Tell me a bit about yourself, just briefly.
Friends call me Smiley. I've got another nickname that I got in the church because I eat a lot of chocolate cake. I'm called Chocolate Boy, 44, and I work for the Department of Arts and Culture.
Wonderful. Are you ashamed of sex?
Not at all.
Uh, where did you where did you learn about sex?
Many places. When I was younger, I started learning about sex on TV, at school, through friends. In the army, I learned about it through magazines. At home, I started watching sex movies, which I learned a lot about sex and different sex positions.
Okay. Have you had sex?
No.
Okay. And the reason for that?
I actually made a pact, well, not a pact, I signed a card in way back when, with a group called True Love Waits, and you sign it and you save yourself for marriage.
Okay, just keep it with it. Do people talk about sex
They do,
in
yes, very
general?
much, yes,
Do
they
they?
do. It depends who you're with. I mean, if you're with adults and you're at work, you're walking down the street in the shops, no, they don't really talk about sex. But with the teenagers at youth group, that's one of the topics we discuss. They talk about sex and a lot of other things, dating, boys, girls.
Do you talk a lot about sex to your friends?
No, I don't.
Is sex natural? Is it a natural human
It is a
experience?
natural
Tell me
human.
why.
Well, God created sex. Obviously, it's natural because you want to have sex. You want to be with somebody you love, someone special. You want to experience the oneness of being together, of your bodies being together, of learning about each other, touching each other, etc.
Okay, tell me something. Give me this explanation. If sex is natural human experience, we shouldn't be ashamed of it, which we agree. Correct?
Correct.
Then why are people embarrassed about it? I mean, I'm asking that. It's just, I feel the same way. Why are we, if it's natural as walking down the street and having a sweet or just riding down and having a Coke, which we are not ashamed about, why are we embarrassed about it?
I guess that's because a lot of things, many laws have been placed that you can't really have sex in public. I mean,
but where do those laws come from? Where did it start becoming embarrassed? Why are people embarrassed about it? What is your point of view?
Okay, my point of view, it started with Adam and Eve when they sinned in the Garden of Eden. Before that, there was natural.
So you're saying religion or God made it bad?
No, not at all. Not
okay.
God at all.
Sorry, I don't want to.
No, that's fine. It really started when man decided for himself to choose his own way. And when he listened to the devil and ate from the fruit and God opened man's eyes to what the real thing about being naked was, etc. That's when we got embarrassed about our nakedness and we had to have clothing, and that's when sex and everything else kind of became a taboo subject. And
so my question to you is, actually God made it embarrassing?
No, he didn't.
The Bible made it embarrassing?
No. Man is the one who fell. Man is the one who chose for it to be embarrassing. Man made that choice.
Okay, good answer. So if man made that embarrassing, then he's just that's not God's way. Am I right? If I had to say that in a certain, because I'm not trying to be religious here,
no.
But then obviously it's not God's way to be, but we should be talking about it to everybody.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that, because if you go to the shop and say, "Hey, have you had sex today?" That's not exactly how it works.
Well, you would easily go to the shop and ask them if they had an ice cream today. You wouldn't feel embarrassed about that.
I wouldn't do that either.
Oh, well, you know where I'm getting.
I know exactly what you're saying, but yes, we can be open about many different things, sex included. That's basically for family and friends and in the churches and.
You know why I'm asking it? I think, and the reason why I'm asking it, and I know I'm picking on this point with you because I like to delve for the truth.
Sure.
I just feel that it's all very easy to say society did this and whatever, but nobody really knows the root cause of it, because sex is a natural thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, would you say your parents, by not explaining to you and hiding it from you, I'm just asking, would you say that they made you feel that it was maybe a subject and their parents made them feel that? Is this a parent thing? No?
No, I don't think it's a parent thing.
Okay, explain.
Because the reason I say that is because everywhere nowadays you can see anything on sex. If you look at TV, if you go to the supermarket, look in the newspapers, you hear it from people on the streets, you hear it in schools, when you're in school. You hear it all over. It's not really a taboo subject, but in certain places people don't talk about it.
And the reason?
I guess the main reason is that there are times when they feel that you're not mature enough to understand what it's for.
All right, I just wanted to get to your position on this. Is it evil?
No, it's not.
But why is it associated with evil? Why are you hearing where I'm going?
I know
where
exactly.
you see if there's sex involved, there must have been something bad.
Right.
Okay, please explain.
No, it's not evil, but there are certain things that one does that are wrong. For example, the word bestiality comes to mind. What that means is having sex with animals. That was not what God planned.
I'm sure it's not what any of us planned.
No, that's
Okay.
true. Having sex with another person of the same sex, that is not what God planned at all. God made it so that man and woman can be together to have a family. Sex is wonderful. Sex is beautiful in that context.
Okay. Is sex the question I'm going to ask you, and I know I'll jump around with this because I have set questions, but sometimes the conversation leads me in other ways.
Sure.
Sex is for procreation, obviously to make kids.
Yes.
Is that the core reason?
No,
or
it's not the core reason.
Is it, because I mean we can obviously with test tube make babies, so the reason for sex is love.
Yes.
Would you say it's love?
That's part of it. Sex is not the... When you get married, you get married because you love that person, you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. Sex is not the main reason for getting married. It's also because you want to have a companion. Somebody you can talk to, someone you can relate to.
Have you... Did you learn? You didn't learn. I know you spoke about this earlier. You didn't learn sex from your parents.
No.
Would you feel that your parents should teach you sex?
That is where it really should start, in the home, where your parents teach you at the right time about what sex is all about.
But they're embarrassed about it.
Some of them are embarrassed. Some of them may not even themselves have been approached by their parents, so that's maybe why they don't approach you.
Do your parents obviously had sex to have you?
Otherwise I wouldn't have been
Correct.
born.
Did you ever run into them having sex?
No, I
You didn't know,
never. No, because my mom and dad divorced before I even...
You've never caught your parents having sex?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Your ideas on... You've watched the pornography movie?
I've been down that road. I'm not going down that road again.
Your ideas on that? Pornography?
It warps your mind. It makes you feel that women are inferior, that you can do anything with them, that you can treat them in any way, which is not the right way, because God teaches us that everybody is equal.
Why is it so why I wouldn't say so popular, but why does it get so much attention?
Mainly because people are not strong on their values. They feel that they want to experiment. Some people want to experiment with different things, like drugs, alcohol. Sex is one thing they experiment with. And so when they start feeling that maybe just doing it in certain positions is boring, they want to try something different, they then go to pornography to have a look at the different positions that people are doing it. What you see on the pornography, people depicting sex on when they're having sex, there are certain things that they don't show you, like people getting pregnant, AIDS, diseases.
Correct. Good question. Now my question, and I'm going to be very direct about this. If you watch the porno movie right now, would you get aroused by that?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so this is now your basic normal nature. Your natural nature would be to get aroused.
It is.
Okay. But yet, we still say that's not correct.
Well, watching a pornographic movie doesn't satisfy you.
No, for sure. But I mean the arousal part. So you do get excited about seeing that.
Yes.
So isn't that normal?
In the human aspect, it is normal, yes.
Okay, so there's nothing evil about that. I'm not saying I'm not talking about going and watching pornographic movies all day.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, is it natural and normal to watch a pornographic movie with people having sex and to be normal?
Okay.
Is that normal?
For young men and women who have not really been taught about sex and what it's all about. They may stumble across a sexual movie on TV that leads them to wanting to see what it's like, watch pornography. So yes, in that aspect it is normal, but if you continue doing that sort of thing, it's not normal.
Well answered. Thank you. Is sex tied to love? Do people have sex for lust, or can they have it for both? Can they have it for love or lust, or love and lust? Is it tied to love?
That's a very good question. Being single and not having the opportunity to be married and have sex, I cannot say it's tied to love. However, I have cousins and friends that have been married, so yes, sex should be for love, but there are the times when it's for lust, because in marriage also there are times when a woman doesn't want to have sex, but the man wants to have sex, so it's for lust.
Okay, brilliant. There's nothing wrong with that?
To force yourself on your wife.
No, I'm just talking about lust between two people.
Lust. No,
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't really see.
Masturbation. Is that natural and normal?
Very natural and normal.
We all still do it?
Many people do it, yes.
Do you?
I'm taking the fifth one on that.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's 100%. I'm finished now. I know it was a bit uncomfortable. I tried to delve for the truth. I know I ask awkward questions. Don't say anything. Don't put the red yet. It's not on the red.
It's on the red, yeah.
Okay, keep it on the red. Is there anything else you want to add on the subject before we finish?
Basically,
I don't know if I've covered anything. Anything you want to add on sex?
if you're still young and you want to travel and enjoy your life, hold off getting married. Get a job. Find a place to stay. Just make sure that you have a way of taking care of your family and your wife. If you don't get married. If you're going to have sex, this is the wrong way to do it. Have safe sex. Use condoms. But I'm not saying that's what you should do. The best way to have sex is to abstain and wait until you find the right person and get married.
Wonderful. Thank you for the honest and open interview, Simon. Why don't you just hit the red